All right, if you're in medical coding, you know that CPT codes are the bedrock of what you do, right? They're the language of procedures. But what about all the things? The supplies, the drugs, the equipment. Well, that's the other half of the story, and it's called HCPCS Level 2. So let's dive in and break it all down. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to start with what you already know and love, CPT codes, and see where they fall short. Then we'll talk about how HCPCS Level 2 fills that critical supply gap. After that, we'll decode the alphanumeric system itself, look at who's using these codes, and wrap up with the most important part, why this all matters for getting paid.
So to really get a handle on HCPS Level 2, we've got to start on familiar ground. And for us, that's CPT codes. It's the system we use day in and day out for medical procedures, and it's the perfect jumping off point for this whole conversation. I want you to picture this really common scenario. A doctor gives a patient an injection. Now, as a coder, your brain immediately goes to the CPT code for the administration of that shot, right? Easy enough. But wait a second, what about the actual drug that was in the syringe? That's a supply, not a procedure. So how in the world do you code that? And that right there, that gap, is exactly why HCPS Level 2 was created. It's the system designed specifically to account for all the stuff that's used in healthcare, the things you can touch and hold, like supplies, equipment, and, you guessed it, drugs. So what does HCPCS actually stand for? It's the Healthcare Common Procedure Coding System. And its whole job, its entire reason for being, is to give us a standard way to report all those things that CPT just doesn't cover. It really is the other half of the coding story. Now, here's something that trips people up sometimes. HCPCS is actually a 2-level system. And you want to know the secret? Level I, well, that's just another name for the CPT codes you already use every single day. So believe it or not, you've already got half of it down. Today, we're focusing on its partner, Level 2. And this slide just lays it out perfectly, using our injection example. Over on the left, you've got CPT, also known as HCPCS Level 1. That code reports the procedure, the act of giving the shot. But on the right, you have HCPCS Level 2, which reports the supply, the specific drug that was injected. It's the doing versus the thing. Simple as that.
So what kind of stuff are we talking about here? Well, the range is huge. It's not just drugs. We're talking durable medical equipment, or DME. Think wheelchairs, walkers, oxygen tanks. We're talking ambulance services, everyday medical supplies, and even things like prosthetics and orthotics. It covers a ton of ground. Okay, so we know what these codes are for. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how they're actually put together. This isn't just a random jumble of characters. There's a real logic to it. And the beauty of this system is its simplicity, really. Every single HCPCS Level 2 code follows the same format. 1 letter, followed by 4 numbers. That's it. Codes like J1100, E0114, A0429. That consistent alphanumeric structure makes them super easy to spot. And here's where it gets really smart. That first letter, it's not random at all. It tells you the category of the item. For instance, J codes are almost always for drugs that aren't taken by mouth. E codes are for durable medical equipment. This is huge because it helps you instantly recognize what kind of code you're looking at before you even dig into the description. Now, just like with CPT codes, sometimes the main code doesn't tell the whole story. You need more detail, and that's where modifiers come into play. They're little 2-character codes that you append to give critical, specific information about that service or supply. For example, let's say you're coding for a wheelchair. Well, did the patient buy it or rent it? The modifier RR tells the insurance company it was a rental, while NU says it was brand new equipment. Same goes for things like LT for left side and RT for right side. They add that layer of detail that is just absolutely essential for an accurate claim. Okay, so we've got the what and the how, but who's actually using this coding system every day? Well, the answer is a massive part of the healthcare industry. The biggest users, by far, are government payers. Think Medicare and Medicaid. That alone makes understanding these codes totally non-negotiable if you're billing them. But they're also crucial for DME suppliers, hospitals, and physician offices. Basically, if your organization provides any kind of supplies or equipment, you are using HCPCS Level 2. Period. Which brings us to the big finale, the so what of all this. Why does mastering this system truly matter? I can sum it up for you in one word: reimbursement. It's all about making sure you get paid correctly for everything you do and use.
Getting this right isn't just about being neat and tidy with your codes. It hits the bottom line, hard. Using the right HCPCS code ensures your billing is accurate, which directly leads to proper and faster reimbursement. It creates a universal language for all of these supplies, so everyone is on the same page. And you need to pay very close attention to this. This isn't a friendly suggestion from Medicare. It's a hard and fast rule. If a specific HCPCS Level 2 code exists for an item or a service, you must use it. You can't just find a CPT code that seems close enough. This rule really shows how essential this system is for compliant billing. So if you walk away with just one thing today, I want it to be this. HCPCS Level 2 is not a replacement for CPT. It's an essential partner. It's the system that completes the story by reporting all the critical supplies, drugs, and equipment that are used to take care of patients. And I'll leave you with this to think about. As a coder, how could overlooking a single two-character modifier, like coding NU for new equipment when it was actually RR for a rental, completely change the financial outcome and even the compliance of a patient's entire claim? In our world, it's the little details that make all the difference.